All right, this is Dave with Beyond the Sea Bag. It is now, what's today? Saturday, and I haven't had shit to come up with for the past 2 weeks. I've been in a little of a funk here, but this episode is about drugs and alcohol and the stupid shit that comes along with it. So, when we talk about depression, alcohol and drugs go hand in hand with depression. And it makes it worse afterwards. I know, listen, man, when I just don't feel, I get that fuck it thing going, but I push the fuck it philosophy way too hard. And you start not giving a fuck about shit that you should give a fuck about because it's going to keep you out of trouble. So, after the fact, after that binge or whatever you want to call it, weeks, days, whatever it's going to be, you start looking back and trying to get out of that hole that you dug the night before. So, and when you're like that, drugs, alcohol, I say drugs and alcohol because I'm not talking about all the crazy shit out there. I mean, weed and alcohol, obviously. I know there's guys out there that push the limits on some of the drugs as well, too. I don't do that. But I do go overboard sometimes with the other shit. But you're going to do shit that you're normally not going to do if you haven't been drinking. I'm gonna keep on saying drinking because that's what's happened within the past few weeks and stuff. So, and I got into some trouble. I could have gotten a lot more trouble, but I guess I just got lucky. I'm not going to say what it is because I still got to see the judge about all that shit again. But no big deal. Just tickets and stuff like that and get all that taken care of. But that's not the point. The point is that you choose to do stupid shit when you're hammered like that. So I'm not going to apologize for my behavior because it is what it is. Sometimes I just want to escape everything, and I think that's where a lot of us are. We just don't want to deal with shit, and that's exactly, whether it be relationship problems, financial problems. I mean, those are the two main things, right? Two big things that we all have to deal with. We have to deal with a VA or some illness. I mean, health issues is another one. I didn't get a great report back from the VA last time I went in about some of the shit, cholesterol and all that nonsense and everything. And I have to do better eating because I eat like shit to begin with. But I know I do stupid shit when I drink like that. And my brothers in the club will always send me videos of the shit that, hey, this was you last night. Yeah, thanks. Why am I the only one getting these fucking videos? Because I know I'm not the only ones doing stupid shit. So, but I look at them and it's like, what the fuck, man? I mean, some of them, I got no excuse for that shit. So, like I said, you can do a lot of damage out there. And I know everybody thinks that alcohol and drugs mask. Well, they take you out of whatever situation you're dealing with and put you at a distance from whatever you're dealing with. But like I said, and you wake up the next day or 2 days later or whatever the hell it is, and you're looking at that hole that you dug the night before, and it just keeps on getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And then you're getting up later and later and later because this whole fucking week was just like, I don't want to do shit. I barely wanted to go to the clubhouse last night. It was Friday, and I had it. I had a good time at the event that I went to before, but that's just a little bit more relaxing and shit. And just some of the shit that I'm not going to mention any particulars or nothing like that, but just some of the shit that goes on at some of the clubhouses are just I got to get away from this shit, man. It's just nonstop stupidity sometimes. And then, obviously, once you start drinking and smoking, and it becomes even more stupid. So you further that stupidity, right? And I know what I say about fuck it philosophy, that you don't give a fuck about some things. You only give a fuck about the things that matter. But when you're drinking like that, taking drugs or whatever, you start not giving a fuck about a lot more things. Probably things that you should be giving a fuck about, like hopping on your bike, just want to get the fuck out of there, but you're so freaking completely wasted that you probably shouldn't be riding a bike. And I know a lot of us can maintain and ride around and get pulled over and not get caught for whatever DWI or DW, whatever the drug thing is, and get away with that. Because I've been there. And, but your luck's going to run out sooner or later. And then it's just going to compound, and it's going to make all the rest of that shit worse. It's going to make the depression work. You got something else to worry about now, not another shit on your plate. So maybe it was relationship problems. All right, well, get away from that fucking problem, which is what I decided to do after a while. So take yourself out of that situation. If it's fucking toxic, it's toxic. Get rid of it. And in the meantime, after that, I know where's everybody's going on this, because I've seen hundreds of my veteran friends do this shit. It's like the first thing they do is they go to a bar and they don't stop drinking. And I don't know how many fucking weeks later you come out of that shit and it's like you're blown. God knows how many days you might have compounded all that stress and everything like that with a couple. Hopefully didn't get any DWIs or nothing like that, or maybe you got speeding tickets or some other shit, or I don't know, you get legal problems now on top of that shit that didn't have to be that shit, right? You could just, hey, let me deal with this relationship problem. Now I got to go to fucking court for all this shit. Now I got to get everything taken care of. I'm probably going to have to spend some money that I didn't really want to spend. And again, it goes back to the whole brotherhood thing too, man. If you got a good set of brothers that are looking out for you, I know I've been talked to by some of my brothers, and I appreciate that. At the time, I'm like, man, fuck you. I don't want to hear this shit. Because, and then you come up with excuses, right, too. And I'll admit that I'm freaking absolutely doing that shit. I'm coming up with excuses. I'm like, well, why are you targeting me? Why are you targeting me? I see everybody else doing this shit, too, and no one says shit. Well, you don't know if they're not saying anything to that brother. Hopefully they are. But then you start making excuses. I should be able to ride home if he fucking rides home, because he's more wasted than I am, right? And you let him go home. Why are you picking on me? So you start thinking that way. And then you start isolating yourself from those brothers as well, too, even though they're trying to help you. Even when some of these brothers are trying to take your keys and you're fighting them about it, they're just trying to help you, man. If you're completely toasted and they know you're going to get on that bike and wrap it around a pole and you start fighting them about the keys, well, look at that shit the next day. Hopefully they got the keys from you. And they're going to make sure you have a safe place to crash. No one's going to fuck with you. And hopefully they do that. But you might have a good time when you're in the process of getting hammered. Everybody else is drinking. Everybody else is smoking weed. Yeah, it's a fun time, man. You lose track of your problems after that. You definitely, I'm going to say that right now because people think that, yeah, just mask, just bad. Well, yeah, it does mask. It absolutely does mask your fucking problems. Those problems go away at that time. And maybe that's what you need. So I'm not sitting here saying that's my advice, to go out and get hammered and just fuck everything else. I mean, I'm not saying that, but for the time that you are doing that, it does take away that shit. But it's always still there. It's always still there, and you got to realize that if you're going to do that, all right, man, you can do that responsibly. Go for it, man. But part where you start flipping switches and shit like that, if you want to fight or stab someone, or I go way the fuck overboard sometimes. And like I said, my brothers always happen to have these fucking videos that they send me. So, fuck you guys. But I get to see myself when I'm like that, and I'm like, shit, man, that was stupid. And I'm gonna hurt some people in our own clubhouse, and I definitely apologize for that. But and there ain't no excuse for it. I'm trying to think in my head right now. Maybe I'm already thinking, well, there's an excuse for that. Maybe because what I told everybody is I thought somebody was attacking my brother when it was all the brothers and shit like that. So I went with that and trying to make excuses and this and that. But I was freaking wasted, and shit happened. Whatever. So luckily nobody got hurt. So that being said, you're always going to have an escape when you're using drugs and alcohol. And drugs and alcohol go hand in hand with depression, like I said. And it makes it worse. It always makes it worse because, like I've said, this is Saturday. Let's see, what time is it? It's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I literally just got out of bed. I don't know. I know it was afternoon, after 12. And sat here and got this notebook out. And I was like, shit, man, I got to have something out by Sunday. And I don't have a damn thing to say. Not a fucking thing. And I'm just going around, well, what's going on right now? Well, depression, drugs, alcohol. I've done videos on shit that's happened at that moment, even the ugly shit. So, again, this is what this podcast is all about, doing real shit. And I'm not having a good, I don't know, month. I don't know how long it's been going. I have to go back to the videos that these guys have sent me. So, hasn't been a good ride so far. So, going out of town next week. Hopefully that shakes some shit loose. It should, because I haven't done a long ride in a little bit. It has been since like May. So, I'm ready to get the fuck on the road and just leave everything behind. And when I'm out of town, I don't usually do the shit that I'm doing when I'm back home at the clubhouse, and I know I can go right around the corner or sleep at the clubhouse or go right around the corner to my house and get the fuck out of Dodge real quick. So being out of town, you got a long way to go. So I don't like getting that wrecked when I'm out there like that. Plus, shit can pop off anytime along the road or wherever you're going. And I just don't want to, I want to have 100% of my senses going when I'm out there like that. So, again, sorry I didn't really have too much. Don't really have any advice. Don't do drugs, they're bad, okay? That's about all the fucking, alcohol. Keep shit, man. My problem is a lot of guys who I've known, I've been doing this outlaw shit, biker world, whatever you want to call it, for a long fucking time, over a quarter century. And I know a lot of people, and the problem with that is it's good in a way because you can go pretty much anywhere and be welcomed into their clubhouse or their event or whatever. Other side of the coin, though, is, hey, man, I'm going to buy you a drink. And the next person, hey, I haven't seen you in a while, I'm going to buy you a drink. And you know how that goes. So that's usually what happens. So, and once I start going, and again, most people who go down that route, once they get going, they ain't stopping. They're not stopping. So, and it takes a lot to say, nah, no thanks. If you haven't gone down that road, you probably don't understand that, but I know the vets understand that. A lot of vets understand that shit. So, do what you can. You got depression like I've had for a little bit. My advice, just get the fuck out of bed. Just get up and do something, man. That's the first step. Because that's where I was today. I was like, fuck it. I was even going to say, fuck the podcast. Fuck the episode at least. And I'll just do another one next week. Nobody's paying attention. But hopefully they are paying attention. Well, hopefully some of you guys are paying attention and actually listen to this shit and it helps you out because that's what it's for. So that's basically all I got. Again, this is Dave with Beyond the Sea Bag. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's most important. That's getting a lot of traction right now, so I appreciate all that. And watch the videos, comment on them. If you want to comment on them, you got to be a subscriber, and you have to be a subscriber for more than 1 week. So subscribe and say all the shit that you want to say. Give me suggestions. I need some suggestions right about now because I'm hitting a brick wall with this shit. So, again, hopefully all this shit helps. And I'll see you on the next episode, all right?